University of Kentucky's Big Blue Nation, the moment they've been waiting for has finally arrived. La Familia, the Kentucky alumni team, takes the floor on campus inside Memorial Coliseum to take on Stroh's squad and begin what they hope is a quest that ends with a $1 million prize and a TBT championship. No fan base like Kentucky basketball, that's for sure, and they are out in force to watch La Familia battle Stroh's squad in the final game of round one from the Lexington Regional. With the Louisville Regional set to tip off tomorrow, 4 teams from Lexington will get to wait and rest up for round 2 on Sunday from here inside historic Memorial Coliseum. From under the blue lights courtside, it's great to have you with us. He's Robbie Hummel. I'm Chris Wosters. We have Jen Hale with us as well. And I know Kentucky men's basketball plays in Rupp Arena, but this certainly feels like a home atmosphere.
There is no question. And this is one of the cool things of TBT, where you get the host team with a fan base that cares as much as Big Blue Nation does. You get some of your players back that you haven't seen in a while, some guys that have had great careers, have gone on to play overseas and played really well. This La Familia team, certainly a team that's looking to get revenge from last year, making the semis. They have a lot of talent. It should be fun to watch on the floor tonight.
A lot of talent. They won a lot of games when they were here playing college ball. Who's one guy that you point to on their roster?
Well, I think you have to look at Willie Cauley-Stein, a guy that's been the heart and soul of this La Familia team, a guy that's been through a lot, but was also the 6th pick in the 2015 draft. But you could go through the Harrison twins, Archie Goodwin, DeAndre Liggins, Karam Cantor playing. Obviously, his brother played at the University of Kentucky. He was a very effective player in the TBT last year for this team. But also, you look at a guy like an Ansley Almanor who bridges the gap. He played for Mark Pope this last season. La Familia, a lot of names and a lot of faces to like on this team.
This is one of the great traditions of TBT, seeing these former college players wear their alumni team again. Stroh squad is the underdog, to put it modestly. Originally founded as a Bowling Green alumni team. It's really guys from around the state of Ohio, but what are they going to do to try and get settled in here?
That's a good question. They're going to need to shoot the basketball from 3 at a very high level. It is the ultimate equalizer in this game. Austin and Jordan Purdue, they have a 3x3 background. They played with Philip Snow on their own 3x3 team. Jack Appleby is a guy. He is a 3x3 influencer. I mean, you're talking about a team in La Familia that is filled with real pros, and Stroh squad, certainly some guys that were nice college players and have played a little bit of pro basketball, but it's 2 different pedigrees. We'll see what
the 2025 run when we return against Stroh squad.
Dallas on Appleby, that's his first and the team's first. Andrew Henderson at the line for 2.
Okay, we welcome you back inside Memorial Coliseum. La Familia off and running. Karam Cantor with the catch baseline, and he throws up a prayer. That's tipped to Trey Fills of Stroh's squad, and Stroh's squad is now on the board against La Familia. With Robbie Hubble and Jen Hale, Chris Foster's with you in front of a packed house inside Memorial Coliseum. Capacity over 6,000. Cantor misses from the lane. Riley Grigsby with the dish off to Austin Perdue, who misses the layup. A David versus Goliath matchup here in round one of TBT. La Familia continues to work it inside to Cantor. And Phils will find Philip Snow. It's a Stroh squad team composed largely of 3-on-3 players, former Division II athletes, and social media influencers, with a tall task to try and upset La Familia in the first round of TBT. Not a bad start. They tie things up on a Grigsby 3.
Basket by Cantor.
Karam Cantor, however, with the answer, and he is on the board. Karam Cantor, not a Kentucky alumnus, however, his brother Enos Cantor, a Kentucky commit. But it is by and large a very Kentucky-heavy roster as Philip Snow goes carrying into the front row. This is Stroh squad's TBT debut, and what a moment for this team going on the road to take on La Familia in Lexington. Andrew Harrison on the point right now. And his twin brother Aaron is also on the roster. Harrison hooks it into the corner for Andrew Almanor. The rebound down to Stroh squad.
When Almanor can do that, I mean, the season he had at Kentucky going 50, 40, 90, just an incredible job of coming off the bench, being a low usage player, but an efficient one. He can burn you from three.
Phil's off the mark there for Stroh squad. This crowd ready to erupt. Deron Lamb misses the three, and the rebound to Grigsby.
Yeah, playing with fire. Deron Lamb known for that shooting ability, and right there, Stroh squad just not getting out to him. Very fortunate.
It's out of bounds on Stroh's squad. Philip Snow disagreed with the call. He thought Almanor knocked it out of bounds. So Snow sits. Here's Cantor. And the rebound to Torrin Washington.
A little bit of a feeling out process right here for La Familia. Getting some good looks, both from three and at the rim, but early on here, some of those going awry.
Crowd silent, almost in anticipation right now. Marlon Sierra stripped by Cantor, and Andrew Harrison loses it out of bounds, but it stays with La Familia.
This Stroh squad was supposed to be a Bowling Green, somewhat all-star team, and really Sierra the only Bowling Green grad on it. In 64 games, he averaged 3 points a game. You know, the one guy on the team that's really had pro experience would be Riley Grigsby. He averaged 22 points a game this last year in Luxembourg. But everybody else, you're talking about former pros, Division II, NAIA, 3x3. You compare that to what La Familia is bringing. You're just talking about a different caliber of player.
Torrin Washington whistled for the foul for Stroh's squad. And it puts Archie Goodwin at the free throw line. Goodwin already with 3 points for La Familia tonight.
He had a monster season this last year over in China. Averaged 20 a game, which hilariously in that league puts you 25th. There's a lot of guys that can really score the ball. You compare that to Europe, if you average 20 a game there, you're definitely leading those leagues in scoring. Archie Goodwin, certainly 4-year NBA journey. I think for him, this has been a little bit of a redemption type story. You know, he played in his 1 year here on a team that didn't make the NCAA tournament. Nerlens Noel injury had a big part of that, but for him to get to come back and play in this for his first time playing for La Familia, I think it really means a lot to him.
Well, Goodwin 0 for 2 at the free throw line to start. He's going to get another one, however, after a lane violation. There's a look at La Familia's head coach, Sean Woods. It was Tyler Eulis last year. Sean Woods, part of the Unforgettables, the 1992 Senior Laden National Championship squad under head coach Rick Pitino. And the lion's share of the La Familia players, of course, from the John Calipari era, with one exception, Ansley Almanor, who helped bring in the Mark Pope era last year, and that's swatted out of bounds by DJ Burns.
DJ Burns, one of the rare non-Kentucky players on this team. Youngstown State, played in Israel this last season, and boy, containing the bounce, not giving up an angle, and there's that length. La Familia bigger at every position.
This is Marlon Sierra working around Burns. No shot, a travel. Burns playing to the crowd, even though he didn't entertain this crowd as a Kentucky Wildcat. He's certainly living the moment.
No offense to Youngstown State, but playing in front of their fans versus Kentucky fans, even in an event like this, is a totally different beast.
Washington, a tough fadeaway rattles in.
He just caught that thing. He turned and fired right there. Give Stroh squad credit here. It's kind of a tough start, but they've weathered the storm and hung in.
That's a foul called on Trey Fills with Andrew Harrison on the drive.
Harrison's going to put pressure on that defense there. They're going to use his size. You're going to have to move your feet. Andrew Harrison bringing the boom there.
Crowd cheers as DeAndre Liggins checks into the game for the first time. Archie Goodwin sits.
But DeAndre Liggins looks the exact same as he did in high school. This dude has not aged a day.
Aaron Harrison also on the floor. His left wrist is taped. So both Harrison brothers sharing the court again. Washington over Andrew Harrison.
I think he likes that shot. He just caught it right there on the foul line. He's gone to that turnaround jumper and drilled it twice in a row.
Andrew Harrison, good, and his brother knew it. Trey Fills played college basketball at Yale. And he dishes to Austin Perdue, misses the three. Liggins gallops into the lane and hits the left finish.
Andre Liggins just bringing that thing in transition. Stroh squad going to have to load up because one-on-one not going to be enough with Liggins.
Picked up by Andrew Harrison. Burns for Liggins. Outside the arc to Aaron Harrison. Deep three. Marlon Sierra is fouled by the overzealous DJ Burns.
The talent for La Familia certainly starting to show itself here. That's an 8-0 run. These threes start to go down. Play inside, get it outside, raise up. If you're not going to contest the shot, Aaron Harrison's going to make you pay for it.
La Familia's roster this year as impressive as there has ever been in TBT history. You take a look at NBA experience along with draft year for this squad, and it starts with Willie Cauley-Stein, who, as you mentioned, Robbie, was the 6th overall pick in the NBA draft back in 2015.
Well, plenty of talent, plenty of winning that occurred here in Lexington, and no shortage of star power. That is for sure. This La Familia team, a heartbreaker last year in the semifinals. They have reloaded. You have to think, Chris, that they've got to be one of the favorites to come away with this thing.
Grigsby cut off at the free throw line. Trey Fills with it now. Khalil Whitney has checked into the game, number 8, and he alters that shot. Andrew Harrison up the floor, hit a three before the last timeout. His brother is to his right. That shot off the mark. Torrin Washington grabs it.
One of the things that La Familia is going to fight, though, is that because they are so talented, do you get away from running stuff? We've seen a lot of individual ISOs, and that's fine when you got it going. But as teams get better and you see better competition, you can't just settle for one-on-one isolation basketball.
Burns with the pass to Whitney, and he lays it in.
Pretty right there in transition. What a bounce pass there. No dribbles, just look ahead and make a play for your teammate.
10 straight for La Familia, playing like one right now. Matthias Nicoletti into the game with a heck of a mustache. And that foul goes on Khalil Whitney.
Foul is on Whitney. That's his first and the team's second. Nicoletti at the line for two.
Nicoletti goes to the foul line. Nicoletti played community college at Lakeland in Kirtland, Ohio. A lot of these players with Ohio ties. Stroh squad getting their personnel adjusted. Jack Appleby has checked back into the game. And for La Familia, Marcus Warwick is into the game as Nicoletti misses both free throws. Nicoletti nearly with the steal, couldn't finish the job. Liggins tries it again. Whitney. Tough angle, but he draws the foul.
He deserved that dribble drive right there. The effort he gave to run that basketball down. Looked like it was going to be a steal there for Nicoletti. Khalil Whitney had different ideas, and as that ball swung to him, he drove it right down that left lane line.
Whitney's story at Kentucky is an interesting one. Played just a portion of a season in 2019-20. This is very much a homecoming for him and a chance to sort of end his Kentucky story, or at least continue it on his terms. 2 for 2 there. And full court pressure for La Familia. Sierra's got it. Sierra turns back to his right. Nicoletti, wide right. Liggins with the blow by.
La Familia taking advantage of the fact that Stroh's squad just can't contain their athleticism off the bounce. They are looking to get to the rim at will, and right now that's exactly what they're doing.
22-9, La Familia on a big run. Final minute of the first quarter. David Johnson on the ball, 8 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Nicoletti blocked and fouled.
That's a play where DJ Burns has just got to be willing to contest. And that defense, La Familia, shot clock at 0.5. If they make that over the top, you live with it, but you're certainly not going to reach in and take a foul there. And there you see there is contact on the arm to Matthias Nicoletti.
Nicoletti at the line for 2.
Aaron Harrison whistled for the foul, his first. Another try at the free throw line for Nicoletti. He missed his first 2 free throws and sinks that one.
Checking back in for La Familia, Archie Lowe and Willie Cauley-Stein. Coming out, Aaron Harrison and Burns.
Willie Cauley-Stein, the heart and soul of this La Familia team, has checked back into the game. The crowd certainly could tell you that. Nicoletti's got one more. Khalil Whitney and La Familia call a timeout. 16 seconds to go in the first.
Timeout, La Familia. That is a 30-second timeout.
Back for the final seconds of the first quarter. After this, La Familia up by 11. Kentucky legends both on and off the floor. Rajon Rondo, four-time NBA All-Star with the Wildcats from 2004 to 2006. Archie Goodwin gets it to go.
It's a breakdown by Stroh's defense there, but how about the give and go? You flash Cauley Stein, and then you got Archie Goodwin just off to the races to the rim.
Nicoletti short at the horn, and La Familia with an impressive first quarter. 24-11 over Stroh squad, certainly looking the part of a TBT contender on its home court. Second quarter coming your way next. La Familia will try to build on a fast start and move on to the second round of the $1 million winner-take-all tournament. So one of the new features of TBT this year, home court advantage potentially all the way to the championship game. Here are the team rankings based on which regional hosts were the first to sell 4,000 tickets. The Louisville alumni team sold 4,000 tickets right away, so they could potentially play on their home court at Freedom Hall all the way through the TBT championship. Of course, you got to win to keep that vision alive. Right behind them, La Familia here in Lexington, as Jack Appleby is off the mark on a three-pointer to start the second quarter. Goodwin throws it up to Cauley Stein, who drops it in.
Recognition there by Archie Goodwin that you've got Willie Cauley Stein being guarded by a guy that's 6'4". Just throw it up to him and let him go to work.
Krigsby throws up a prayer, and he puts it in. That's an offensive foul, however, so no bucket.
DeAndre Liggins just coming over and taking that through the chest. As long as he got outside of that charge arc, well, I guess you could make a case that he was still sliding over to the right there. Maybe a break for La Familia. But right now, Stroh's squad, I don't know where they go for offense.
Marcus Warwick misses the finish. Trey Fills with Grigsby ahead to his left. Fills gathers his own miss. And it's taken away by Goodwin. Ahead to Whitney. Back from Warwick.
There have been some transition baskets here by La Familia where that thing's not hitting the ground. They are passing it at such a high level.
Let the crowd tell the story. Philip Snow for three. Brick. Liggins brings it back out. Whitney in open lane. And a foul called on Trey Fills.
A miscommunication there by Stroh squad's defense just opened the floodgates right there. You've got Khalil Whitney coming all the way downhill. Looked like maybe they're going to get the reach before on that foul, but miscommunication. And it's been all about getting downhill. La Familia living at the rim.
Whitney, 24 years old. He played in Mexico last international season. 7 points in the first half for Whitney.
And for Stroh squad, Nicoletti and Johnson.
Off the miss, it's pulled in by Austin Perdue, whose brother Jordan Perdue is a player coach, coaching in a number 9 jersey on the Stroh squad sideline right now. Nicoletti hoists and hits.
Where if you're going to switch back, Nicoletti is just stepping back and letting it go. Just a little bit too late there by Khalil Whitney. Not up on the switch, and they make him pay for it from 3.
Stroh squad just trying to stay in the Lexington zip code right now. Down by 15. Andrew Harrison directing traffic. Past Nicoletti, but blocked. Here comes Riley Grigsby. Trey Fills draws the foul. When they turn off the lights here inside Memorial Coliseum, Trey Fills' sneakers glow in the dark under the neon lights.
What a great venue this is. I mean, I'd never been to Memorial Coliseum, but for the volleyball team, women's basketball here, they've done a great job of keeping the character of the building, but certainly modernizing it to where it's a place you want to play.
Kentucky Gymnastics also calls Memorial Coliseum home. Fills out to Nicoletti. A little bit short, and Fills crashes the glass. No box out.
How about Trey Fills, one of the smaller guys on the floor, just flying in there, and you're right, Chris, no block out. He goes up there and gets it up top.
Archie Goodwin with the answer.
La Familia would be wise to continue to drive the basketball, but here's the putback by Phil. Shot goes up, the little step aside 3, just no block out. You got Andrew Harrison turning and watching, a couple La Familia players doing the same, and Trey Fills takes advantage. Here's that Archie Goodwin drive, and like I said earlier, La Familia with their size, they need to live at the rim.
Well, Goodwin still looking for it at the free throw line. David Johnson. Here's Fills, who played in the NBA Summer League out of college at Yale. He's now 28. Austin Purdue jacks one up.
Stroh squad here with a little answer offensively, and you've just seen La Familia get a little bit casual. They lose track of Purdue, and he knocks it down.
Off the Duran Lamb miss. There's a foul up the floor on Lamb. Number 2 on Duran Lamb. One of the key cogs on the 2012 national championship team.
You know, this Stroh squad, even preparing as an announcer for a team like this, everybody else has players that are playing pro basketball, and for Stroh squad, you've got numbers for Riley Grigsby, and other than that, you've got guys that played pro basketball but are retired. But it's a very unique situation here.
You saw Jordan Purdue wearing the number 9 jersey, both a player and a coach on the Stroh squad roster. He is the head coach. Off the miss by Sierra. This is Archie Goodwin for Duran Lamb.
Might want to find him in transition. Duran Lamb, 2 years at the University of Kentucky, 47% from 3. A transition basket. Stroh squad again hasn't been great in transition, and they just give him an easy one there.
Nicoletti draws the double team, puts it in anyway.
The footwork there from Nicoletti. He had Duran Lamb down there and was able to just spin his way to find an angle.
Nicoletti leading Stroh squad with 7 points. Karam Cantor curled off Sierra but couldn't handle the feed from Harrison.
The cut was the right idea. Maybe a little bit too hot to handle. Andrew Harrison could have put a little more air under that pass, but if Karam Cantor catches that, that's going to be something at the rim.
Phil's calling for a screen. Darren Washington, on the other hand, to David Johnson. Drives Willie Cauley-Stein, a formidable task.
Off this dribble handoff, you get your man going downhill, and Willie Cauley-Stein, a little bit of a reach there for the contact on Johnson. That's one where if you're Cauley-Stein, you're thinking, man, I'm just walling up and sizing this thing up. You get your hands start going down. You got those guards that can kind of force the issue on that contact.
First foul on Willie Cauley-Stein, and David Johnson misses the free throw. Mount Mercy is in Iowa. He goes 1 for 2. 13-point lead, La Familia, middle stages of the second quarter. Winner moves on to the second round of TBT and keeps their $1 million dream alive. College alumni teams have fared well at this tournament in the past as Goodwin misses the three. An Ohio State alumni team won this tournament last year. Washington over Cauley Stein.
This man has proven to be a mid-range assassin out here. That's his third mid-range jumper that he's knocked down. Just gets his game on and rises up.
Jack Appleby whistled for the foul. I think Andrew Harrison thinks it should have been continuation.
Baseline.
Our officials, Alfred Smith, David Walker, Bill Covington. Deron Lamb, just a little bit off. Andrew Harrison, not enough English. Phils has it. Phils ahead of Andrew Harrison. Appleby fires and hits.
That's what he's out there to do. La Familia needs to have a better awareness because Jack Appleby, that he wants to shoot threes. Little handoff, pick and pop, and shoots that from range.
Appleby's Instagram handle is How to Hoop Forever, and he's amassed almost 100,000 followers, hoping that he can help them answer their own questions. Goodwin puts it in.
Archie Goodwin is certainly a little bit smaller than Marlon Sierra, but with the lack of blockout, he just makes a play on that thing and makes a more physical play.
Torrin Washington guarded by Cantor. David Johnson for three, the lefty off the mark. Willie Cauley Stein tips the rebound to himself. Numbers for La Familia. Deron Lamb open on the wing. Cantor the offensive rebound. Archie Goodwin slings it to Lamb.
That is two fantastic passes right there from Archie Goodwin. Set Deron Lamb up the first time. Didn't get that one to go, but he went right back to him.
Appleby. Cantor the rebound. Crowd would have erupted had Andrew Harrison stuck that jumper. You mentioned the ball movement of Archie Goodwin. He's got 4 assists tonight. David Johnson puts it in the well.
That's a nice little cut there by David Johnson. And how about the floater? You've got the shot blocking presence there with Cantor and Cauley Stein. That's where you got to get to that mid-range game, and that's exactly what he did.
Willie Cauley Stein on a rim run.
Terrific read. You're going to bring 2 on the ball. That big's got to get out quickly. Willie Cauley Stein, it's immediately rolling to the rim. Throw that lob pass, and Cauley Stein with the jam. Familia executing out of the pick and roll. Here comes the trap and the pressure. Look at how quickly Cauley Stein's out of there. And don't look now, but he's up there hanging on rims.
Lexington, Robbie Hummel, Jen Hale, and Chris Foster is with you for La Familia's return to TBT, the Kentucky alumni team. Trying to run it back after a semifinal run in TBT last year, taking on the 8th seed in the Lexington region Stroh squad, and a 12-point lead with less than 90 seconds to go in the first half. Philip Snow with a slip pass to Trey Phils. It's brought back out to Grigsby. Short, Grigsby gathers his own rebound, misses the second effort. Third try, Grigsby, no! Snow! No!
Boy, every opportunity right there, but there's a lid on the rim, and now La Familia has numbers.
Marcus Warwick for three. Long rebound to Snow, good box out.
Good rebound there by Snow to pursue that ball. That's over and back.
Whoops. Taryn Washington with the lapse. Jordan Perdue, the player coach for Stroh's squad, a college football player at Division III Bluffton University, has started his own FIBA 3-on-3 team with his brother Austin and Philip Snow, both of whom are on the Stroh squad roster. Here's Washington, look out, can't touch it.
But he should have had a double dribble.
Yeah, he batted it to Phils, who's blocked. Blocked by DJ Burns. 3-on-1. What a pass from Whitney. And Burns is fouled by Snow.
That's the thing about TBT. You have to remember, even though La Familia has had a training camp, there's still a lot of new pieces together here. That's not the prettiest transition opportunity you're ever going to see. But I think the positive thing you take if you're a Kentucky fan is that the more these guys play together, the more cohesive it'll be.
Burns at the line.
Mentioned Burns is not one of the Kentucky alumni on this roster, but he played at Southern University from 2019 to 21 to start his college career, and Sean Woods was an assistant on that staff, so that's how he knows DJ Burns.
He has an interesting free throw stroke. Shot 76% from the free throw line in Israel last year, but very, untextbook form right there, watching him let it go.
Phils loses the handle, and it trickles out of bounds. La Familia ball with 5.4 seconds left.
I thought that was off the leg of Aaron Harrison. Stroh squad kind of making that argument as well.
Now, Twit. Go get him, Leg. Go get him, Leg. Go get him, Leg.
Aaron Harrison with 2, with 1.
Wow.
Draws the foul.
That's a mistake you just cannot make if you're Philip Snow.
That was on Snow. That's his second. Team 6.
And really, Aaron Harrison didn't show a ton of urgency to get this thing going. He takes it from the logo. It's just a total bailout foul.
Aaron Harrison hit a three-pointer earlier in the half. Now 0 for 1 at the line.
Not much to complain about offensively for La Familia, but they are only shooting 63% from the foul line.
One more for Aaron Harrison with 1/10 of a second left, the native of San Antonio. 5 points for Aaron and 5 points for Andrew in the first half. La Familia gets out to a sizable lead in the first quarter, and they maintain it through the second. They lead by 15 at the break.
Really no surprise here. The La Familia, the favorite in this region. The talent on display, certainly an impressive first half. And Stroh squad going to have to go back to the drawing board to figure out how to slow them down.
44-29. La Familia was so warmly received by Big Blue Nation last year. In TBT, they decided to run it back in 2025, hoping to get a little bit further than their semifinal run last year. Off to a good start, but a long way to go. Game 1 of 6 in TBT 2025. Night 1 of TBT coming to a close. 1 half to go in the final game of 4 from the Lexington Regional. La Familia, the culmination of the day's events, the Kentucky alumni team delighting the crowd inside Memorial Coliseum on campus. One more spot to fill in the Lexington Regional for round 2. We'll shift our attention down the road to Louisville tomorrow for the tip-off of the Louisville Regional, and the Louisville alumni team, the Ville, will get started against Boston versus Cancer. You could put the two home teams in those regionals all the way through to the quarterfinal, and they would play each other again, Kentucky versus Louisville, like they did last year in front of the largest crowd in TBT history at Freedom Hall.
I think, Chris, in this second half, you want to see La Familia make the right play and play the right way. And that's a good start right there. You're going right at Appleby. You're attacking him in that pick and roll. You want to make plays and generate offense that's going to work throughout this tournament.
Yeah, one guy who's playing the right way is Archie Goodwin.
No doubt. I think for Stroh's squad, you're just trying to compete at the highest level you can. You're playing in front of a great crowd. You're playing against pros. You want to show out to the best of your ability.
Appleby off the mark with the 7-footer Willie Cauley-Stein in his face, and Archie Goodwin just effortlessly glides down the lane.
You got to pick him up. If you're Stroh's squad, you can't let one of the most athletic guys on the floor get a running head start and go all the way. And here we go again.
He strips Phils.
Oh, good pass
To Cauley-Stein.
It's a terrific look right there. Archie Goodwin has been in total control of his game tonight. What an unselfish play. Easily could have scored that thing, but instead sets the table for Cauley-Stein.
Appleby, an air ball. Andrew Harrison looking inside for Karam Cantor.
He had the mismatch.
Deron Lamb.
I feel like this could totally snowball here.
At that tipping point, it sure feels like
for Stroh's squad, I don't know who you go to stop the bleeding.
Trey Phils, not a friendly enough bounce. Philip Snow saves it. Phils down the lane.
But Cauley-Stein's quite the defector from the rim right there. He'll make you think twice about driving down there.
Yes. Philip Snow too strong. Lamb has it. Andrew Harrison runs into Trey Phils, and that's a foul.
What a start to this second half for La Familia. So many eyes on Karam Cantor. He's got that mismatch, so you skip it across the floor. Deron Lamb, always a good option to let it go from three.
He's got 3 of them tonight. 3 of La Familia's 6. Andrew Harrison now has 6 points.
Deron Lamb has got to be, I know he left early, but he's got to be one of those guys that's looking at the way that basketball has gone and thinking, man, if I stayed at Kentucky for 4 years, I would have made so many threes. Like, that's got to be his thought process, and certainly the NBA was calling, but.
And now, and also so much money.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. Well, maybe. No, what was his last year? 2013. So he'd miss out on that settlement that has now come out from 2016 on. Tough break for all of us.
Yes. Andrew Harrison inside to Cantor, and he is fouled by Riley Grigsby.
Smart by Cantor that has the mismatch on Grigsby to just try to bury him down there.
I mean, if that settlement hadn't gone your way, you probably wouldn't be working with me, so I guess I'm the winner.
I don't think it was that much money. You know, I got the video game settlement. That was for like a couple $1,000. So what do you mean?
4 points for Karam Cantor.
Cantor had a big TBT for La Familia last year. Averaged 18 and 9, shot 62% from the field. Maybe a bit quiet tonight, but he is very capable.
He just picked up a foul. His first.
Just signed a deal to go play in Seoul next year. Has kind of played everywhere. Karam Cantor, Spain, Poland, Lithuania, Japan, Greece, France. He's played all over the world.
Russia.
I played a year in Russia, and I was in Moscow, which is probably, or not even probably, other than St. Petersburg, it is the best city to play in, and a lot has changed since 2017 when I played there. But you've got to be really mentally tough to play there. The weather, just some of the things you deal with over there, it is a different animal every day you play there.
Grigsby fouled inside. I think that's
good.
What the
fouls on 10.
Average person
hits on the arm.
Doesn't appreciate about playing at this level. The commitment to routine, the mental focus that you have to have, the preparation that goes in. It's not just about being a gifted athlete physically. You have to be airtight between the ears as well.
Well, I think that's why you see a lot of mid-major guys climb up the ranks of Europe. Because if you play at Kentucky or you play at a Purdue or an Indiana or a Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, name a school, you're pretty spoiled. From the gear you wear to the facilities you work out in, to just the things that you're given, you know, meals and training table and everything that goes along with being a high-level Division I basketball player. Man, I got to Spain my rookie year. I was playing in the ACB. That's the second best league in the world. Our trainer came up to me after my first workout and said, "Robbie, do you need anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, can I get 2 bags of ice?" Just thinking that's every day. And he laughed and pointed at the ice machine and said, "Well, there's the ice, there's the bags, and we don't have any rack." So it's total culture shock. And it sounds spoiled, but you become accustomed to having things like that, and it's not always the case overseas.
Taryn Washington with a bucket and a foul. And you're far away from home.
That too. You are missing out on weddings, birthdays, you know, everything that your friends are doing in the States. Now, granted, you're getting to make a good amount of money and you're getting to play professional basketball. But I think also a lot of high-level American players that you would see at the University of Kentucky, your goal is not to play against Real Madrid on Spanish television. And Real Madrid is a really good basketball team. You want to play in the NBA.
Archie Goodwin.
That's a foul.
Sure is.
20. Hits.
Mentioned wanting to play in the NBA. Goodwin has played 165 games in the NBA.
He's playing in China now. It's a short season. You go over there in November. You're done in March, and you can make a good amount of money over there. It's a very lucrative place to play. If you can score or you're really athletic or a highlight machine, you can make some serious cash in China. The one blemish on Archie Goodwin's game tonight is that he has looked shaky from the line. But other than that, it's been a really impressive performance.
2 for 5 at the free throw line for Archie Goodwin. It stays with Stroh's squad underneath. But you mentioned triple-double watch at halftime, and the spotlight certainly hasn't turned off there. 17, 7, and 7 for Archie Goodwin.
He's well on his way. You have to think that as long as he gets the minutes, he's going to get there.
Andrew Harrison guarding Washington. Misses short. This is Liggins. Kick out. Goodwin. Rebound. Almanor. And it stays with La Familia.
I like the fact that Ansley Almanor is on this team just to kind of bridge the gap. You've got the Calipari era, you got the Mark Pope era now, and he can do this.
Got a little Gen Z on La Familia too.
That's right. It's starting to get kind of crazy when you're filling out these boards and you've got players that are born in, like, 2002. Like the ones that just came out of college are what, 2004?
Yeah. Burns misses the finger roll.
DJ Burns plays hard.
Almanor misses another 3. Washington got tangled with Andrew Harrison. Harrison picks up the foul, his first.
I think another thing that fans maybe just don't realize about playing overseas is some of the stuff that you do have to deal with, the not getting paid, the having 2-a-day practices. If you're only playing in one league, if you're only playing in your country's league and you're not in a Euro League or a Euro Cup, and you're going to practice 6 days a week, or really 5 days a week, play a game, have 1 day off, and you're going to do 2-a-days, probably 4 of them. So it's like you're getting paid to practice over there.
Washington misses. Goodwin. Aaron Harrison is in the game. And he draws the foul. Just looking at the Stroh squad, guys, they're chatting up the La Familia players, and this is an amazing opportunity for them. Sharing the floor against players
you
of this
get
caliber.
a real taste for what pros are. You know, and whether you play 3x3 or you're in a rec league or you're an influencer or whatever your basketball background is, you are seeing in living color the real deal of what pro basketball is. These guys aren't in the NBA anymore, but they are high-level overseas pros. And the score certainly reflects that.
Okay.
Aaron Harrison up to 8 points.
I will say, though, I played in a game against DeAndre Liggins in high school, and he looks the exact same body weight-wise. He has done a phenomenal job of keeping himself in shape.
Impressive. Here he is, Liggins up to Burns.
How many times have we seen La Familia start the break, and there aren't dribbles? It's just looking up the floor and passing ahead.
Jordan Purdue has checked into the game for Stroh's squad. Archie misses the layup, so does Almanor, but he gets it on the second try.
Archie with the flat tire there.
That's Almanor's first bucket of the game.
The pressure is just athletes out here. It's going to be a challenge. Now, if you break it, La Familia is selling out for steals.
Phils hits the deck. He's got free throws when we come back. La Familia opening things up. They've held Stroh squad to just 3 points in the third quarter. 67-32. Big lead for La Familia in the third quarter. Let's take a listen to their huddle and head coach Sean Woods. This is In the Huddle, brought to you by Puma.
Straight to a handoff. Right here. Okay? When you hand it off, you going to set it. He's coming, you pop it. Okay? Knock down one for your fans, man. Let's go.
Sean Woods certainly knows what it's like to play for these fans, and you know, even in a lopsided game like this has become in the third quarter, this is still an opportunity to perform and entertain.
And when you go overseas, you don't necessarily play in front of great crowds. You know, that's one of the big adjustments. Like, you play at Kentucky, obviously every home game is a sellout. Every game is on CBS, ESPN, national television. And it's a bit of an adjustment, I think, for guys to get used to doing that. So you come back and play in this, you're playing on Fox, you know, it's such a great opportunity to come out here and kind of feel some of those juices again, especially in front of your home fans.
Khalil Whitney for three. Short, rebound to Phils. Phils blocked by Whitney. Here's DJ Burns with Liggins. Back to Burns, and he's blocked by Grigsby. Loose ball for Warwick. He puts it up and puts it in.
How about Marcus Warwick, a guy that played in Missouri last year but had quite the game against the Kentucky Wildcats, and they're in just a little bit of right place, right time, but makes a play on it and steals a bucket.
Liggins, leak out, Burns.
DJ Burns.
Back up, DJ.
There's a foul as Grigsby was wrapped up by Aaron
Alfred
Harrison.
Smith is okay. He got rolled up into kind of like an O-lineman. He's grabbing his knee.
Just a strange end to that sequence.
Moving a little gingerly there.
That was on Aaron Harrison. That's his second.
Number 2 on Aaron Harrison.
Dry out.
Grigsby in the line for 2.
Alfred Smith, David Walker, Bill Covington are referees, just giving Alfred Smith a chance to walk this one off.
I hope his knee's okay. you get rolled into like that, you can start getting in some messy places. He's still working that thing out over at the scorer's table.
Get back to the action. Riley Grigsby at the line. Grigsby with 5. To go along with 5 rebounds. He scored 1,500 points in his career at Seattle U over 5 seasons from 2018 to 2023. Burns finds Warwick. Liggins.
They probably should just let that be a play on, because Trey Phils is totally flopping. Now, I guess if you're going to call something, Liggins is not backing you down that hard. It's one thing if you're lowering your shoulder and just kind of like blasting you through the chest, but that was not that. But I get why he'd do that, because he's giving up crazy size. You know, you're just fighting for your life down there. Trey Phils is 6'2", 185. DeAndre Liggins 6'6", 210. The outcome is it's going to be difficult to overcome that.
Liggins' freshman year at Kentucky was the end of the Billy Gillispie era, the final season of the Billy Gillispie era. John Calipari came in the following year for Liggins' sophomore campaign.
I don't know if this followed him to Kentucky. I'm assuming it did, but they called him the big ticket, much like Kevin Garnett in high school.
Grigsby in trouble. Finds Austin Perdue. Perdue dribbles it out of bounds. Andrew Harrison ahead to Burns. Burns is fouled by Matthias Nicoletti.
Got to match up. That ball's getting inbounded, and Stroh's squad just never knows who they're guarding.
Burns has impressed in a variety of ways for La Familia here. Not on that free throw attempt, but
I don't know if I'm buying his 76% from the foul line with that form right there. Sometimes these hero stats, you never know. He's got a little Sean Marion in that, like kind of like shooting it from his chest.
Yeah.
I like La Familia trying this out. And it could take some time because of it being such a new group, but with the athletes they've got, I'm not against them picking up full court and trying to force turnovers.
Nicoletti with the tap in for Stroh's squad, and Khalil Whitney with the answer. 9 for Khalil Whitney.
There's that run and jump again.
With David Johnson open underneath.
That's a really impressive find from Grigsby. And that's what I'm talking about. It could take some time to figure it out.
Liggins on the drive. Here is Burns. And we saw a bucket moments ago from Khalil Whitney for La Familia. And Jen, you can add a little bit more on Whitney's story.
Absolutely, Chris. It's been an emotional several days for him. You know, you talked at the top of the game about his inauspicious exit from Kentucky in January of his freshman year. He later admitted he was probably having some mental health issues, and on TikTok he said he just needed a hug at that point. So it left a really bad taste in his mouth the way things ended here. To be back and participate in the scrimmage, participate in a community day that this team had for Lexington this weekend. He said it's just been so healing to get to re-embrace with the fans and be part of the group.
Came up with some big plays while Jen was detailing his story, including an alley-oop dunk. So getting a hug from Big Blue Nation on the court tonight. Grigsby with the bucket there for Stroh's squad to virtually bring the third quarter to a close. Liggins thought he was fouled, but La Familia in command. This was a 15-point lead for the Kentucky alumni team at halftime. They blow it open in the third quarter and are well on their way to another date in front of this home crowd. And here's a look at TBT Past Champions, brought to you by AARP. Join AARP and get instant access to member benefits. Open spot for year 12, 2025. Heartfire, Boeheim's Army are both in the field again. Overseas Elite, that will probably never be duplicated, that four-peat that they had from 2015 to 2018 in the early years of the tournament.
Well, La Familia has the talent to get there. And certainly it would be a tough road. You're going to have to go through the Ville. There's other tough teams in these two sections of the bracket, whether it's Silent Cancer or Eberline Driver. You saw they give this type of effort on defense, and they share the basketball play the right way. They can win this whole thing.
You have a spot now, okay? Here we go.
You also have to be willing to buy into your role. I did a team in Indianapolis last year where they had a guy leave the team mid-tournament because he didn't like the way he was playing. You're going to have some guys sacrifice for the good of the team.
Off the David Johnson miss. By the way, we are down to 2 referees for the rest of this game. Alfred Smith is back in the locker room getting checked out after getting rolled up on. Aaron Harrison, though, has caught fire here in the fourth quarter, up to 14 for the game.
This is his spot. He's shown that he likes these little mid-ranges. There you go.
Friendly roll.
Been on fire on those mid-range 15-footers.
10 for Torrin Washington. Aaron Harrison's had the hot hand. Finds a wide open Karam Cantor, who puts it in with the left.
The thing that La Familia is going to have to guard against is that there is going to be more resistance in round 2. They're just, the level of player will go up, and Archie Goodwin is just kind of playing free safety there. You're not going to be able to do that. They have guys that play pro basketball. You have to be happy with what you've accomplished here, but then realize, all right, it's going to get tougher from here.
I think he's got denim sneakers on.
I think he does. He's played with a lot of swagger tonight.
Sierra from the baseline. Marcus Warwick step back into the corner, got the 3.
Rack up another assist for Archie Goodwin. That triple-double watch certainly in play.
Washington has it taken away. Goodwin already long ago hit double figures in the point column.
A bad awareness by Archie Goodwin to not realize he needs assists and rebounds, so either miss it and get the rebound or drop it back for the dunk.
It's like, has he ever been on triple-double watch before? I mean, come on.
Yeah, scoring is good too.
David Johnson with the triple. Warwick dances into the paint. 14-footer good.
Let you shoot it. Why not?
Philip Snow on a drive and a kick. Sierra misses. Washington couldn't quite put it in. He's too close.
Those mid-ranges.
Back it out a little bit.
One thing that La Familia will have to be better at is going to be the blockouts. There's been too many offensive rebounds given up in this game. Granted, there's been a lot of missed shots, so you understand that. But too many times where just lack of blocking out has led to an offensive rebound.
Cantor couldn't quite save it. Almost went tumbling over the scorer's table. La Familia on its way to a 100-point showing in round 1. Austin Perdue misses. Rebound tipped to Grigsby. And he's going to the line.
That was Eleanor. That's his second. And the team first. Grigsby in the line for 2.
Sideline Cancer was the last TBT team to hit the century mark. That was last year in round 1. And even if La Familia doesn't score until the Elam ending takes effect, they'll, by virtue, in order to win, have to get to 100. With the target score being 8 points higher than the leading team's score. Ansley Almanor for 3 off the mark. Rebound caught by Perdue.
You can feel this crowd wants him to make one of those so bad.
Almanor with just 2 points. Grigsby lays it in and 1.
That's it by Grigsby.
How about the job that Mark Pope did? Certainly Ansley Almanor a big part of that, but Kobe Brea and Ortega Owe and just the team that he put together, particularly out of the transfer portal. They lose so much with John Calipari's departure to Arkansas, and to get them back in the Sweet 16, I know the Tennessee loss was disappointing, but that's a heck of a place to start in year 1. You think about the way it used to be when a new coach took over. It was going to take some time, but now with the portal, you can flip it fast, and Mark Pope's done that. They play a fun brand of basketball.
Almanor cleans up the glass but misses the second try. Do you think that's a good outcome of the transfer portal? That
is one of the positives, I think, and there's plenty of non-positives and negatives, but it's just the fact that you can take over a job and you just go get a new team. It used to be, transfers have got to sit. Well, now they don't have to do that anymore, and there's plenty of good guys, especially last year with there still being fifth-year players. You could get some very good older players.
Cantor runs the floor. Almanor had a great career in the NEC with Fairleigh Dickinson. Was on
Tony, I know what you're even going to say. yeah, they beat Purdue, we know.
Cantor cleans it up. It's just kind of, it's like, I didn't mean for this to
Josh
happen.
Hagan in the first game, and now we've got Ansley Almanor in the second.
It's just become a theme accidentally.
Right. Good foul there to get to the Elam.
Under 4 minutes to go, and the clock stops. Target score, 8 points higher than the leading team score, so 105. The score for La Familia to reach to move on to the second round. Impressive performance by the Kentucky alumni team on its home court tonight. A loaded TBT schedule on Fox coming your way tomorrow, beginning with Boston versus Cancer and the Louisville alumni team. 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox, and then more to follow on FS1 and FS2 into the evening hours. Syracuse gets things going tomorrow as well, along with what is supposed to be a pretty good assembly ball team up in Indianapolis.
They had a lot of talent last year, and their team kind of fell apart. They made their way through the TBT, but certainly a group that is extremely talented and has some experience of playing in this event.
We have reached the Elam ending, a TBT original. First stoppage under 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. A target score is set. The game clock is turned off. First to the target score wins. The target score is equal to the leading team score plus 8. So 105 is the magic number. And Stroh's squad starts with the ball. Phils, Sierra, Appleby, Grigsby, and Perdue on the floor. Sierra misses the 3. Rebound to Warwick. It's deflected by Perdue and out of bounds. Warwick, Whitney, Aaron Harrison, Almanor, and Cantor on the floor for La Familia. Into Cantor with the size mismatch.
He recognized what he had down there. Nice job by Warwick of the delivery.
Double figures for Cantor. Warwick, the good play defensively, but it stays with Stroh's squad. Fields blocked and fouled by Whitney. Puts Phils at the free throw line. Phils had a full circle moment earlier this year. He competed in NBA Summer League as a player when he was just out of Yale, and returned to NBA Summer League this year to play in the Creators Cup, which is for influencers, a game for creators as part of NBA Summer League.
How did he play in it?
He played pretty well.
I wonder which one he'd prefer to play in, Summer League or the Creators Cup. I guess it depends on, but a lot of these guys make a lot of money as influencers. That's the thing. So like Summer League, you get per diem. Obviously the dream is to play in the NBA, but you do the influencer stuff at a high level, I guess there's some real benefit to playing well in that.
Jack Appleby for three. Purdue the rebound, kicked out of bounds by Whitney. So it will be La Familia versus War Ready in the second round, an SEC showdown on TBT hardwood. A Kentucky alumni team versus an Auburn alumni team. Phils falls, and it's La Familia ball with a chance to win it with a three.
It'll be interesting to see where Stroh's squad goes from here, right? Like if your dream is to get into this event, well, now you've done that, but you've seen what this level of competition is. You know, where do you kind of take this to if you want to keep building? Now got some experience, but clearly, you know, La Familia is just, the talent is not close.
Ansley Almador wins it for La Familia. The crowd had been waiting for that moment, Robbie. You said it all along. And they wait until the final bucket to get their wish.
How fitting, the first Kentucky player with 100 field goal attempts to go 50, 40, 90. An incredible shooting season, especially considering just how low volume he really had to be for most of the year. Fitting that finally he sees one go down.
And the youngest player on the La Familia roster officially punches La Familia's ticket to the second round. You know, you credit La Familia, they didn't quote unquote play with their food. Now we'll get to see what this squad looks like against another college alumni team representing Auburn.
And a team that has legitimate pros playing on their roster with a little bit of SEC flavor. I'm looking forward to seeing what War Ready against La Familia brings us. And Coach Sean Wood is going to deliver his message to his team.
Okay, we got to do your Wildcat duties, baby. Hard work on three. 1, 2, 3. Hard work.
Adoring fans waiting for the greeting from La Familia. DJ Burns has been assigned the honor of moving La Familia's nameplate into the second round on the TBT bracket. There he goes. La Familia versus War Ready. Mark your calendars, coming your way on Sunday.
What's up, big dog? What's up?
Well, the crowd, the atmosphere certainly has not disappointed. All these players have spoken to a man about just how special it is to put the college colors back on, wear that logo on your chest once again. I think the adage of absence makes the heart grow fonder. You know, when you're 18 to 22, you don't have the world view, the world perspective yet, that when you come back in your late 20s or early 30s, you realize what a special environment your college alma mater is.
I think also so many players at the college level are in such a hurry to get to the pros. And you don't have an understanding for how awesome a time college is, because you're amongst your peers, you're playing college basketball, and to get to come back and do it again, it's kind of like a second chance of getting to do it.
Ansley Almanor hit the game-winning shot for La Familia. He's standing by with Jen.
He sure is. Man of the hour, Chris. Ansley, congratulations. Walk me through that three-point shot.
You know, I wasn't too hot today, so I just want to make sure I shot it with confidence, end the game, and get out of here. So I did that and went in finally.
Youngest player on your team, your introduction to TBT. What did you think about the process, the Elam ending, and getting to play with such an incredible gauntlet of Kentucky legends?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun since I got out here, you know, playing with these legends, playing in front of BBN. You know, even at Elam ending, it's fun going out there competing with these guys, and, you know, we got the win. That's all that matters.
This squad went so deep last year, all the way to the Final Four. Obviously, the pedigree is undeniable. But they've added some young guns like yourself, DJ Burns, Warwick. What do you think you guys can bring as you try to go deep into this tournament?
Just bring some more depth. You know, now we got guys 1 through 11 that can really play. You know, when it gets to those later rounds, like the Final Four and championship game, you need guys all 1 through 10, 1 through 11 to be able to make plays and go out there and win. So I feel like that's how we're going to help this team, with the depth.
Anybody in particular you look up to on this squad? Some of them won championships back when you were probably in single-digit years old.
To be honest, all of them. You know, Willie Colley, the twins, De'Ron Lamb, Archie, all of them. I look up to all of them. They're legends. You know, they play at the highest level and they won here. So just being able to play on the same court with them is really a privilege.
And what did you think about the BBN crowd?
Yeah, I loved it. You know, I miss playing in front of them. You know, they came out and they showed love today. Hopefully they come out on Sunday. You know, we felt their energy and we felt their support.
Hey, I'm glad you brought up Sunday. How do you prepare? What do you guys do over the next 48 hours to get ready for that Auburn squad?
You know, get rest, recover, watch some film, and, you know, try to lock in and, you know, make sure we take care of business. You know, it's not going to be easy. They're a tough team. We got to come out there ready to play.
Again, congratulations on the win. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you Sunday in round 2.
Thank you. See you Sunday.
Chris, we'll send it back over to you.
Okay, Jen, thank you, and thank you, Ansley Almanor. He was cool, calm, and collected. Really downplayed the bucket that he hit, said he didn't shoot it that great, but good news for him, he's got another chance. Round 2 against War Ready, right here inside Memorial Coliseum. It was such a good shot, we'll take another look. Ansley Almanor from the Mark Pope era. This new era for Kentucky men's basketball puts La Familia through to the second round. We'll be back to wrap things up from Lexington after this.